In this video I convert up some Chaos Space Marines. Hello Bitsbrood, it's Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk here. So in this video I'm converting up some of the Shadow Spear Chaos Space Marines using some bits from the older Chaos Space Marine kit as well as some regular Space Marine stuff as well, showing you guys how you can mix and match with some of the older stuff to really make some unique Chaos Space Marines. And of course with the Shadow Spear set you don't really get sort of multi-pose stuff, so it's nice that you can sort of convert them with other bits, and I'm going to show you how in this video. So if you are new here and you like all things hobby related, then do feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to put out 1 or 2 videos a week, so there's always content every week. So yeah, and we do all sorts of things: conversion videos, painting tutorials, bat reps, role playing, all sorts. So yeah, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the bell if you want to stay notified when new videos go up. And also, just before we begin, as always, there's a huge shout out and a massive thank you to all our patrons. If you want to know what a Patreon is all about, then there is a link down below. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so here we have 4 Chaos Space Marines. Now these are from the Shadow Spear set. So by the time this video goes out, the actual multi-part plastic Chaos Space Marines should be available. But at the time of filming, they're not. So I'm going to use these ones, but I wanted to use these ones anyway, just to show, much like I did with the Blackstone Fortress ones, that you can convert them up, even though they're not quite multi-part. A little bit of chopping and changing, you can convert them up into unique miniatures. And I'm going to strictly only use pieces from older sets to show you how compatible the older sets are with the newer ones. So say you got loads of spare bits from the old sets, or you bought some from us before they went out of production, you know, you should be able to use them on the new Chaos Space Marines. And maybe you've even got some old Chaos Space Marines you're just going to take bits off, start breaking them back down and paint stripping them and stuff like that, and just taking some bits off to use them. Why not? So I have an aspiring champion, a special weapon person, the heavy weapon person, and just a regular marine. So yeah, because I'm using the Shadow Spear stuff, I'm strictly using the bits that come with the special weapon and the heavy weapon and the aspiring champion, because I want to change them and then leave a lot of the regular marines just for little head swaps and things like that, just to make them unique. So I've got a couple of squads of these. So yeah, let's start with the aspiring champion. So I'll move these fellas to the back. So I'm going to change his weapons and his head, nice and easy. We'll start by chopping off his chain axe. I love the chain axe, I think it's brilliant, but you know, I've already got one built up like this, so I'm going to chop it off at the hand and just be very careful as I do that, like so. Now if you get a clean cut, that's not a terrible cut, that could be reusable, and whether I will or not remains to be seen. I'll chuck that over back there. We've got a fairly decent cut there, so not a lot of fun to get that flat. Now I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to give him a ranged weapon in that hand, and I have a combi melter, and I'm going to stick that on there like so. Now you could change the arm, I think, because of the way the shoulder pads sort of moulded into the thing, into his torso. It'd be a bit difficult to do that, so I thought I'd keep the pose, have a gun up in the air instead of a melee weapon to make him different. So this combi weapon, I believe, is from the Stern Guard veteran squad for the Space Marines. As you can see, the hand is only slightly smaller than the one he had originally, so there's not much of a difference there at all. So it doesn't want to stick, mind you, but yeah, a lot of the old, or current I should say, Space Marine stuff, certainly Primaris as well, will fit on these guys easy. I think that's okay, it's slightly at an angle, there we go. It's not as straight as I would like. I think the hand may actually, or the arm might just be at a slight angle, so get your angles correct before you start putting glue down. Don't always copy me. But just a quick file, that'll get that gunky bits of glue off. Get that nice and flat, get it at the angle you want. You will lose a little bit of the arm, but it won't be noticeable. And then we can get that on. Like so, that's a little bit better. Still not perfect, but definitely better. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of any miniatures who have weapons and stuff up in the air anyway, but that's pretty cool. It's different, so that's what we're going for. We're going for different. So we're going to cut this little thing off here so we can add his other weapon. Now I'm going to go with a lightning claw. So I'm getting the lightning claw from the Mark III Space Marines because I love this lightning claw. It works well for chaos. We need to file that down nice and flat. Now ideally you would let that other hand dry before you start doing this, so but for purposes of video, bit of glue on there, and also ideally you'd clean the mould lines up a bit better than I did, but this is just to show you what we've done. And yeah, I really like that sort of point in there for the lightning claw. So very similar to the one that came in the previous Chaos Space Marine set. I didn't have one of them, but I did have one of these. And it's quite a long arm as well, so it sort of works with these larger miniatures. And then I'm going to get one of these shoulder pads from the previous Chaos Space Marine set, so if that's focusing on that. A lot of the new ones now have these sort of expanded trim, but I do believe their shoulder pads are still the same size. They've just all got this extra bit of trim on them, and that's going to go on there rather nicely. And then the head, again going back to the previous Chaos Space Marines, using the Aspiring Champion head from there because it's a head I really like, and then that'll make him stand out nicely as an Aspiring Champion. So yeah, I actually quite like him. The big horns make the arm look less, just doesn't stand out as much. But yeah, I did check the loadout as well. They FAQ'd it because originally I don't think you could have the combi weapons with the special lightning claws, power fists and stuff like that, but they did FAQ it so you can, so just in case any of you guys were wondering. Yeah, not bad. Possibly might look a bit better with a pistol there, so I don't know. If it annoys me too much, I may swap it out for a plasma pistol or something. But I love the lightning claw, I think that works really well. So that's one. The next one is our special weapon guy, and we're going to go back to the Mark III. So I'm using a lot from a Mark III set in this video just because I really like them. I think they're awesome. If you're doing Iron Warriors, then it's a great set to use because I think the heads are brilliant, and I think I'm actually going to use one for this miniature as well because they do work a bit for chaos. But if you're doing Iron Warriors, then the Mark III heads are amazing for them. So what we need is some arms. So what this conversion should hopefully show you guys, so you can still use the same arms. I believe the torsos are pretty much the same width as a lot of the older ones. They may be slightly bigger, but hopefully we can still get away with the same arms. Now some of the arm is already on here, so we'll need to chop away certainly at this shoulder. And I'm going to go this way on the clippers. This gives us a little bit more up top, so we've got a bit of room to file down. And then we've got our other arm. And yeah, I'm using one of the melt guns from Mark III, so I quite like all the old marked stuff because Chaos would use a lot of the older marked war gear and armor and stuff, so it does fit well with the fluff. And yeah, because this one's got a little bit of armor, and obviously if you're just using it from converting it from the other Chaos, not like you'd need to convert a melter gun guy up from the new stuff, but if you've got this Shadow Spear set and you don't want to have the plasma, you want a melter instead, this is sort of how you'd go about it. I mean, in another way, I believe you could just chop the plasma off the arm it comes on, and that could work as well. But hey, I never do things the easy way. And in theory that should, well, it sits really close actually. So that's going to be interesting. It might work on this gun. I think we might get lucky there. Before I glue it on actually, no, I'll take the hand off the melter. I won't do it the other way around. Just get a little bit more glue on there. I need to push that back as much as I can get away with. So while that's drying, I'm going to stick the head on as well. So as I said, I'll use a Mark III head. I think they work okay for Chaos. Hopefully, these things at the front here. Yeah, I'll just angle it slightly, that's fine. I think it looks pretty cool. And we'll chop the hand off the melter gun. So I'll do little pieces at a time. Because you can always take away more, but if you take away too much, then there is literally no going back. And we get that off nicely like that, and that can sit on there. Hopefully this glue's dry enough. There's a little bit of a gap here, but green stuff fills all, so I'm hoping this is going to stick. It's not going to stick. Get it in place like so, and then hopefully... This is not the best way to do this. I'm just doing this as quick as I can, just for video purposes. I want to try and do as much as I can before the camera battery runs out. And yeah, that's going to go nicely on there actually. So as you can see, the arms fit really well. They just need to dry with glue. So this melter gun's not designed for these Chaos Space Marine arms. These are the just normal weapon arms from the original Chaos Space Marine box, what these ones were replaced. I'm going to let that dry, and again you just put a shoulder pad on him and it'd be fine, but I'm going to let him dry because I need to cut a little bit off before I put a shoulder pad on. So we can come back to him. Now the heavy weapon guy, as luck would have it, I found some old bits from the Havocs. So I've got oh, excuse me, I've got a missile launcher from the Havoc, so I'm literally just going to whack that on there. And it also has the backpack that come with it, which fit on there. Lovely. So, I'm going to use super glue this time because these are resin pieces, these are fine cast. So, yeah. Cut off all the crap because obviously being fine cast, there's a lot of it. But yeah, the backpack fits on really nice, actually. That shouldn't go anywhere. Famous last words. Again, there's loads of bits of flash and crap on these, but we just get rid of that. Yeah, so if you've got any old Havocs, you know, you could, especially if they're metal or fine cast, you could probably easily take them apart and just whack their arms on these. No trouble at all. These are just old ones I never got around to building. And I like missile launchers, so that's gonna go on there quite nicely. I don't know if it attaches to the backpack or not. Stick that on. Now for the other arm, I'm not entirely sure. I could use one of the knives from this set, which is probably what I'll do. There's a couple of arms with knives from this set. I would probably like to use, and I think there is one. I might be wrong, but I thought there was one that had a shoulder pad attached, but I might be wrong there. Yeah, I don't think there is. Actually, the one that comes with it, I don't believe has a shoulder pad, so I may just give him a chainsword or something like that. Actually, completely scrapped that. As I was rummaging around for a chainsaw, I actually found his actual arm. So again, this will be a good example to show you that the original arms do still fit on. Just about, as you can see, it's a little bit wider than before, only slightly, but we can sort of angle that arm to touch there. So, yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is that it will make the head really awkward to get in. And the head I have, let's see, I've got a few heads to choose from. I believe this is actually one of the actual Havoc heads, so I could just use that. They are slightly smaller than regular ones, so that should fit in there. You have to move it about with a implement. You can't really get your fingers in there, but if I can get them to go straight, it'll be quite cool. So it's a tight squeeze, but I do believe a little perseverance and we can get that head in there the way it should. And there goes my instruction book, which I don't actually need anymore. So yeah, I'll play around with that head and get that in, but yeah, I don't think a lot of the newer ones or larger heads, say for example this head, just wouldn't fit in there at all. So yeah, if you're using the Havoc pieces, try and use the heads as well, because they're quite small. But they'll still look okay. You're not going to see a lot of his head because the missile launcher arms are in the way. But if I put him in there like that, I should be able to get him in. Anyway, I'm not going to muck around on camera too long doing that. Okay, so as you can see, I've actually repositioned the arm. So it turned out that when I put this arm on, I put it back just a bit too far back, and that was interfering in the head. So I had to take it off, which this arm came off with it. So I thought, actually, if I angle it down slightly, I think that's a really cool sort of pose, him just sort of relaxing on the rock, ready to find his next target. I really like that. So yeah, these old Havoc pieces work really well, and of course new Havocs coming out, they're either out or coming out by the time this video goes out, and they do look amazing, so you'll easily be able to use the pieces for them with the Chaos Space Marines. But yeah, this video is about showing all the older pieces and other stuff, so I think they really hold up really well. I actually really like this guy. I'm liking him a lot. So the last one we're going to do is just like a regular Marine. I just thought, you know, I'll just show you a regular Marine as well. Now I'm just going to take some regular bolt gun arms. Now I don't know if this is going to fit up in the shoulder pad. Not even forcing that, so knock the backpack off. That's not going to go up there, so I'll probably have to chop some bits off this other arm to get in. So say if we chop it down there, it doesn't need to go up into the shoulder pad, it can just sort of rest outside it. I just need a little bit more. Of course, this might make it a bit of a pain when it comes to gluing, but see what we can do. And yeah, I'm going back to the Mark III set because I love the bolt guns. I think they look amazing. So I'm going to chop the hand off again as I did with the melta gun. Let's chop that down. We have a little bit on here to chop off again. So of course, if you're just converting these up from the regular Chaos Space Marines, the new ones, then you won't have these little pegs and stuff. But then again, you probably won't need to mix and match them up too much with older stuff. And I think I'm just going to get the bolt gun in place before I put the other arm on, because that'll take some trial and error. So hopefully this sits nicely. Probably doesn't want to, but we can persevere. It's all just going to fall apart. Again, I'm trying to do this quickly, whereas you guys could take your time. And then it's just a case of just getting the other arm and putting that in there. So I'll do that once the glue is dry, because I think that's not going to work otherwise. Okay, so I just have a few minutes left of battery on the camera, and we're going to put the head on. So as you can see, I'll put a shoulder pad on, and the other arm is kind of in place. It keeps slipping down a bit. There's not really much for it to attach to. Having this sort of shoulder pad already there is a bit of a pain. And you can see there's a gap which will be filled with green stuff at a later date. So I'm taking one of the heads, again from the old Chaos Space Marine set. I had loads of these lying around, and putting that on there. And you can see the heads fit on perfectly as well. So yeah, let's bring them all in. So yeah, this video was looking at how compatible older kits are, especially Chaos and Marine kits, with the new Chaos Space Marines, and as you can see, they're fully compatible. You can use arms, no trouble at all. Shoulder pads and heads, they're sort of the main things. It's mainly just the legs and torsos which have been altered so they're slightly bit taller, but yeah, everything else, even backpacks, work quite well. I didn't really show backpacks off much on this video, but the heavy weapon guy's got one of the old ones and that seems to work fine. So yeah, if you've got loads of your old Chaos Space Marine bits lying around, do not throw them out. They are very much compatible with the new stuff, and they'll give you even more options than you get already. And yeah, these are the Shadow Spear stuff, so as I said in the Master of Possessions video, if you're someone who ends up with 2 lots of these, then you know it's a good idea to try and make at least one set of them nice and unique. And hopefully this video has given you guys some ideas on how to do that. So if you have enjoyed it, then please do give it a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I like doing videos like this, and we're going to have some Space Marine ones coming up as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.